Traveling with kids is already a challenge, but traveling with twins, that's next level logistics. Between double the gear, double the meltdowns, and double the exhaustion, it can feel impossible to actually enjoy your trip. But today, we're proving otherwise. My guest knows exactly what it's like, so by the end of this episode, you'll have a roadmap of practical tips that make traveling with babies and young kids easier, safer, and way more fun. Welcome to Tiny Travelers, the family vacation podcast where we make traveling with kids easier, smarter, and more fun. I'm Sarah, a travel-loving mom who knows the joys and chaos of exploring with little ones. Each week, we dive into parent-tested strategies, travel hacks, and honest advice on what really works with kids and what doesn't. So buckle up, grab your travel planner, and let's make your next family adventure unforgettable. Pack light, travel happy. Joining me is Barbie Koba, better known as WWE's Kelly Kelly. She's not just a former WWE Diva champion, she's also a busy mom of newborn twins, a frequent traveler, and a go-getter who believes in making family time fun instead of frantic. Barbie has traveled for wrestling tours, public appearances, and now with her adorable twins. She knows exactly how to navigate planes, hotels, and every meltdown in between. Barbie, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much. What an intro.
I know that was a lot.
That was great.
You have a lot going on, so there's a lot to talk about. Twins, crazy.
I know. It's wild.
Oh my God. Are twins harder than wrestling?
That's a good question. I would say they are. Yeah.
Okay. Good to know. I won't have twins or wrestle, so it doesn't really. Well, maybe I don't know. What if I start a career at 40 wrestling? Maybe I will.
There you go.
Know.
I'll be your coach. Just let me know.
Yes, perfect. Barbie, I always start the show with asking what your favorite go-to travel snack is.
Oh, I have to pick one?
Well, yes.
For me or the kids?
You can pick one for each. Let's do that.
I'm done.
That's how we'll get around that.
Okay, so the babies are obsessed. I mean, they love all the snacks. But right now they love the Amara, the little melts. Amara melts. Do you know?
Yes.
Do you know those?
Well, I mean, I know all like little baby melty snack things.
Yeah, they love those. So Amara, I think I'm pronouncing it right. But they're obsessed with those, and for me, I'll eat those too. So.
I mean, honestly, those little baby snacks sometimes got me through like park play dates, and you just rifle around in your purse, and you're like, oh, well, here's some puffs. I guess I'll have these.
Some puffs. Yep. That and puffs. That's what gets me on the plane because I'm like, well, why am I eating my own? I'm just going to eat their stuff. It's fine.
Exactly. Do you have a travel ritual?
Like when I'm traveling with the babies, I always try to I have this hack that I do, and it's like with a shoe, with a shoe hanging rack.
Okay.
And I saw this on TikTok, I think, but you put all roll the one outfit with the socks, the underwear, a diaper, and the outfit, and you roll it and you stuff it in the little individual shoe things.
The clear pockets, like in the hanging thing? Okay.
Yeah. So that's great. I do that the night
and then
before.
You pack that. You just
and then I roll it and then
Yes. What were we doing without TikTok?
I don't know. And I don't use it that much, but I use it for stuff like that. I personally don't use it for hacks. So that's my go-to.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Yeah. Okay. That's actually a really good. I wonder if that would work with adult clothing. Maybe if you're going on a bikini trip or something.
Yeah. They're a little tiny.
Maybe not anymore. Probably not. Okay, awesome. That's perfect.
But that's a ritual, I guess.
Yes, putting all your kids in clothes in a shoe rack. Perfect. I love that.
That's the ritual.
I love it. Okay, so we're already talking about packing.
Yes.
So let's start there with some of your amazing travel tips. Packing for babies is already hard, like just
Yeah.
day to day getting out of the door,
Yeah.
right? Because you have to bring like an extra
Totally.
outfit for you, for them, like all the stuff.
Oh yeah.
But packing for twins, would guess is probably like ridiculous. Um, so do you have like some go-to methods for not forgetting things or
Mhm.
for avoiding overpacking, or are you an overpacker or
I feel like with the kids, and now I've trained myself because I used to be for myself. Oh my gosh, I used to pack for like a 2 day trip, a whole freaking big old suitcase. And now
Mhm.
I'm like, oh no, just to carry on. Like, I'm not, you become a mom, you're like, oh no,
There's
so.
nothing fancy about being a mom anymore.
So with them and me, I try, like, I know exactly what to pack. I try to like plan out the days for however many days we're there. We're going to need this many outfits. So I plan, so I don't overpack. I like have that, and I'll bring like one or two extras, but I
Mhm.
really try to make it so I'm not like going crazy and overpacking for them, just like picking out their outfits, seeing what we're doing each day and having that. And then like with, whether it be like the toiletries and the snacks and like all that stuff, it's always like kind of embedded in my brain, like the list of what I need. So I just kind of go over it in my head every time. And I'm pretty good with it, and like with the toys, and I have like their little toy bag for travel already in the car. So that's there. And they're, and the diaper bag basically has pretty much everything for when we travel too. So, and then, yeah, I make sure I have all my Babyquip stuff for when I get there. So all I have to do
Oh, what do
is,
you
you
Oh, baby
know,
quip. What do you
yeah.
usually get from baby quip
Oh
when you
my
go?
gosh. Literally, and I've posted about this like all the time. The only thing that I bring from my house is their clothes. Like,
Hmm.
their clothes and they're like stuff to get us through the trip on the plane or whatever, or in the car. And then everything else is waiting. Like, it is a dream. Like, literally, I think. And then if we're on a plane, the only thing we'll take is the stroller. We'll take their
Mhm.
double stroller, because that collapses or whatever. But everything else we have waiting for us.
Yeah, it's so nice to just like walk into your rental or your hotel room and have it
Hmm.
be like a home away from home with
Yes.
everything. You don't realize how much stuff your kids use at home
Yes.
until you don't
Yes.
have it when
It's
you're on
wild.
vacation. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
You're like,
wild.
where's the things that entertain them?
Yeah.
Um, because we don't have them here.
Yeah.
Uh, you said that you have a toy bag in your car that you
Yes.
take with you. What's in the toy
Yes.
bag?
So there's like these little, so it unzips all the way like and folds out.
Ooh.
So it's got like Bluey toys, like they are obsessed with Bluey, so they like have their little Bluey toys. It's got like these mats that you can stick on like at restaurants, that they
Oh,
like to play with. It's got these little letters that you put into a pouch. Like,
fun.
yeah, it's super cute. And then it also has like this little the leapfrog, like 100 word, like it's a little electronic book or whatever. They each have one. So I can stuff everything in there. So when they unzip it, they can just like, it's great. So I
Take
just stick
everything
that.
out.
Yeah. So I
That's
just stick it in.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. So you take that on the plane too? Like you just take it with
So
you in the car, on the plane, everywhere?
the plane is different.
Oh,
Okay.
what do you do on the plane? Let's talk about the plane
We're
because
full on iPad
honestly,
on the plane.
oh,
I don't
I am an
care.
iPad mom on the plane too.
I literally do not let them watch TV at home hardly ever. Like, we will watch Bluey for like 20 minutes, but that's it. Like, cuz I found that when they were around a year, we started watching TV before, like in that 5 o'clock out, like between 5 and 6 before dinner, where it's like
The
wild.
witching
And
hour?
yeah, so I'm like, okay, we're gonna watch. I put on whatever, like Miss Rachel or whatever, and I would go to turn it off, and they were just miserable. They were miserable at dinner. They
Mhm.
were crying. They were screaming. The bath was miserable. Like, the whole bedtime routine was miserable. And I'm like, what is happening? So I'm like, You know what? One day I think I saw something on Instagram and I was like, something about like, how stimulating it is. I was like, let me try this out. And we're going to go in the backyard. We're going to play for that hour and just let him run around, And I was like, my husband can cook dinner when he gets home. Cause I'm like, let me just see how this goes. And literally it was a 360. Like they were happy. They were like no crying, no meltdowns, happy to walk to the bath and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
this is wild. This is wild. So we made that change.
Yeah.
And now we just do it on a long drive or on the airplane
Okay.
because nothing else on the airplane's keeping them occupied.
No, not for long
Not
periods
for,
of time.
no. So,
Um, I'm trying to think. My kids are a little bit older now, but when we would go on planes, that's like the peak of your stress
yeah.
because you don't want to bother other people around you. You're like,
Hmm.
please don't start crying. This is
Yeah.
going to be terrible.
Yes.
One person has to take turns like walking up and down the aisle, and then,
Hmm.
like they're grabbing the person in front of you and stuff.
Well, the
Uh,
bad part about twins too, like on a plane, they don't let you sit next to each other.
right.
So like I didn't know that before having twins and I was like, this is awful. I'm gonna have to deal with this by myself in my own row. My husband's in the other one. This is
What if you get to sit in the other
Yeah,
row?
yeah, right. And then he's like, "I'm taking Jackson. Jackson's my little angel, right?" And I'm like, "So Brooklyn,
Mm-hmm.
who's my girl, she's." I'm like, "Of course." I'm like, "No, you're taking Brooklyn the next time,
You get the difficult
Yeah,
ones this
yeah.
time. There was one thing, and this is so bizarre, but there was one thing that kept my baby so entertained on a plane for
What?
hours. And this was like a flight attendant created thing because we were stuck on the tarmac
Oh,
for an hour before the plane took off, and I was like, okay, well, this is like the seventh circle of hell. This is the
yeah.
worst thing that I've ever
Yeah,
been through.
yeah.
And the flight attendant brought us one like a little cocktail plastic cup with a lid with just ice in it, and the baby shook the ice, touched the ice, took the ice
Oh,
out, put the ice back in. I mean, he
oh,
played with that cup of ice for so long. I was
no way!
amazed. Yes. And
Wow.
I was like, no way is this cup of ice going to do anything. And occupied. Plane took off and he was still playing with the ice. I was like,
What?
this is
Oh, I
amazing.
need to look
Flight
into
attendants
that.
know what's up. They
Yeah,
do.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna try that
They
next
really
time.
do. Yeah. What if the Wi-Fi is not working on the plane? What are we going to do?
So we have them already downloaded, so we don't need Wi-Fi. Okay.
Barbie knows what's up.
We come prepared.
She's not messing around. She's not
No,
messing around.
no.
Not with Jackson and Brooklyn. Uh,
I wish I had
okay.
a better answer for parents out there, but sorry, this is what's
Hey,
going
this
on in the
is real
Kova
life.
household.
This is
Okay.
real life. If you've ever had a teething baby, you know it's rough. The drool, the fussiness, the constant gnawing on everything in sight. That's why we created Moss and Fawn, to make teething easier for both babies and parents. Our silicone teethers are the latest mom hack that is designed to actually soothe sore gums naturally. Freeze breast milk or purees in our custom ice cube tray, pop them into the teether, and boom, instant relief and a happy baby. Check out Moss and Fawn at mossandfawn.com and make teething just a little bit easier. But you can also bring little trinkets and toys and things that they
Oh
haven't
yeah.
seen before. And hopefully that'll entertain them for a little bit if you
Mhm.
want to do like minimal screen time.
Yeah. Like
But
they have the one things that you can stick on there and they spin the spinners. I have the spinners.
mhm. We
Stuff
did
like
like a
that.
big thing of Post-it notes once.
Oh
That's kind of
yeah. I heard
wasteful,
that's
but babies are into Post-it notes.
yeah.
So, or you could do Scotch tape because all kids love Scotch tape.
Oh yeah, that's a
Am
good
I
one.
allowed to say Scotch tape? Or am I supposed to say like clear tape?
I don't
I
know.
don't know.
But I know my kids are gonna put it in their mouth. So that's the stage
Oh,
we're at
right,
right now.
right, right.
Everything goes
Don't
in the
do
mouth.
that.
So
Don't do that
it's
if they're going to put the tape in the mouth, but maybe a little bit older. Is getting through the airport with twins a nightmare?
You know what? It's the security. Yeah, because they want you. So we have a double stroller and it's side by side. And it's not like the most space efficient weight, but I don't like the on top of each other strollers because I don't like that one's at the bottom, one's at the top. Like I like them
Right.
being equal. So it's kind of, large, but whatever. They figure it out, the TSA is fine. So we get to security and they want you to break down the whole thing, which is huge. You have to break down. They want you to take both the things off and then they want you to put it. So then while somebody's breaking down, my husband normally, I'm holding both the kids on in both my arms, waiting for him to break down. And everyone's just like, wait, they're like, wow, this woman is like, like, what is that? I'm like, yeah.
What's happening? You're like,
So
if
I'm
things
just like,
couldn't get any crazier,
no.
everybody look at me also.
Exactly. And then they want you to walk through the metal detector with both of them in your hand. So you're
Mm-hmm.
walking both through their hands. And then my husband will come through and then I'll hand off a baby. And then, after that, it's pretty much fine. And then you get to the gate. And boarding the plane is kind of difficult too, because then you're taking the stroller. Again, somebody's holding both of them. They're breaking the stroller down, then leaving it there, and then walking on, and then coming off the plane. Same thing. Got to break it down and holding both of them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
It's a little bit chaotic,
it is. It is.
but that's
Sorry.
okay. I
Yeah.
mean, having kids is a little bit chaotic, but I think that's part of, I guess, the adventure.
Yeah.
That's what they
It's
say.
fine. We're used to it and we
Yeah.
enjoy traveling with them. So it
Well,
hasn't,
that's
we're going
good.
to Cabo next month. So this will
Ooh,
be the first international trip. So I got to hit up
fun.
Leah at Babyquip. I haven't yet. That's on my list.
I'm sure she'll
Yes.
help. We
Oh,
love
yes.
that. Um, do you ever travel with like family or friends to help with the twins?
No, it's usually
No.
just me and the hubs.
Oh, you
Hmm.
and the hubs only. That's
Yeah.
cool. Good for you.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, my family's in Florida, his is in Idaho. So we pretty much just do
Yeah.
everything ourselves.
Same with me and my husband. We usually just travel with the kids by ourselves.
Yeah.
But we have brought a grandparent along, and that has been some of the best times that we've had on vacation.
Really?
Well, yeah, because we paid for like a suite, so grandma could
Oh,
stay,
okay.
watch the kids, and then we could go do other stuff
I
after.
think maybe as they get older too, we'll do that
Yeah.
more with the grandparents. Right now, like it's kind of chaotic. And I think once they get
Yes.
older, it'll be easier for the grandparents too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like babies are hard.
Yeah.
Babies are hard. That's just like that's it. That's the show, guys. That's
Yeah, right.
babies are hard. The end.
I'm good.
Uh, um, well, do you have any, I guess, advice for people who can't travel with family or friends to make it a little bit easier?
I mean, solo without a husband too? Just you
Ooh,
and a
have you
baby?
traveled with the twins
I have
with
not. Well, actually, I have. I've done a drive. We drove to Palm Springs separately because he couldn't get off until he got off work. So I had to drive.
Okay,
And
so that's a
actually,
long drive with
yeah.
babies.
We were stuck in traffic for a good 4 hours. And I was,
Oh, that's terrible.
see, what's funny is my girlfriend and her baby were with me too. So because our husbands were meeting us down there. So I was like,
Mm.
all right, girl. So we fit, and her baby was only like 6 months and hated being in the car, which I did
Mm-hmm.
not know until we actually started driving. And I was like,
Why
Carrie.
didn't you tell me this?
And I was like, we're putting on the iPad. She's like, oh, she's like, oh, I've never let her watch the iPad. I said, I don't give up. We are putting this iPad on. I don't care about your no screen time rule. I am not driving 4 hours screaming, crying, miserable. Okay. Thank
No
you.
way, not today.
So that's what I did. Put the iPad on and it was fine.
Put the iPad on. Put it on.
Yeah. But honestly, like my babies were great, because I'm used to like going. I'm sorry. I'm used to going. I take them everywhere. Like I've had so many people say to me, when I had two kids close in age, or if I had twins, I couldn't leave the house. I was so scared to leave the house, and I was like, oh, that will never be me. Like
Mm-mm.
I take my kids to PR events. Like we just did this pre-Coachella event for this PR company, and it was at this like big mansion, and like I was like, I'm taking my kids. So the kids came, and they like had a good old time. They're running around.
How else
I
are they
hate
going to learn how to behave at a
Yes,
mansion?
and they
I
were so
mean,
great. They were so
right?
good. Everybody loved them, and they were so sweet.
Next time they're at a mansion party, they're going to do so good.
Yeah, I got to get used to it. But yeah, like I just love taking them places. I try to take them as many places as I can by myself. Like I have part-time help, which when I need to like work, shoot content or whatever is great, but I honestly just like being by myself with them.
Me
Cuz
too.
I want I have fun with them. They're so like I don't know. It's just they're great. So I'm trying to think of like a tip for somebody who's traveling. I mean, I don't know. Just like know you got this, Like just know it's going to be fine. Like whatever's going to happen was going to happen. If you're on a plane, you're never going to see these people again. And just it is what it is,
I mean, honestly, yeah, what
Yeah.
can you do? Just
Yeah.
you have kids are allowed in the world. They
Yeah.
have to go outside.
Yeah.
Um okay, is there one myth about traveling with twins or maybe kids that you want to debunk?
I mean that it's honestly not that. I know people like say, "Oh my god, it's horrible. It's so awful. Like I hate traveling with kids." Honestly, it's really if you have your game plan and you like have a plan and you have like, okay, this is how this is going to go, like and you've done, one or two more trips and like you have experience, just feel like it's not as bad as people say it is. For
Yeah.
me, I don't know.
I
I don't
think it's
know.
about confidence
Yeah.
and having
Yeah.
the right packing, having the right supplies, having the right things waiting for you,
Exactly.
making all of that extra stuff
Mhm.
n- like a non-factor so that you
Yeah.
can just focus on the travel
Yeah,
portion,
because I
you
think it does
know?
get overwhelming. Like, I think people do like, oh my gosh, this is gonna like, what if they cry? What? And you just have to be like, whatever's meant to be is meant to be. Whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. I just know for me, I've done everything I can to make this go as smoothly as possible, and the rest is up to God.
Right.
you know.
Exactly. So don't
So
lug a whole bunch of stuff, don't pack
yeah,
a bunch of stuff,
no.
and
That's
then
why I
just
said
give it
Babyquip.
up.
I'm telling
Yeah,
you,
exactly.
literally, I just take their diaper bag, some toys, the iPad, and their clothes, and everything else is ready for us wherever we're at. So
Amazing.
it's the best
Amazing.
thing you could do.
I mean, I'm partial, but I also agree.
So am I.
This was such a fun chat and
Oh,
packed
thank
with
you.
some really great tips about traveling with twins that you can apply to traveling with just kids in general.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing your travel
Thank
wisdom with us.
you.
Where can our listeners follow you or learn more about your journey?
So on all social media platforms, the Barbie blank on
All
everything.
right.
Yeah.
Awesome. And to everyone tuning in, if today's episode helped you feel even a little more confident about traveling with little ones, send this episode to another parent who could use a little extra support on their next adventure. And because we know you're traveling with kids means juggling gear, logistics, and sometimes meltdowns, we've got a special treat for our tiny travelers community. Instead of hauling cribs, car seats, strollers, and everything else through airports, rent exactly what you need when you arrive. From premium strollers and sleep solutions to high chairs and even beach gear. Use code Tiny Travelers at checkout to save $20 off a $100 Babyquip rental so you can pack light, stress free, and enjoy the journey. Until next time, wishing you smooth flights, easy packing, and happy travels.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Tiny Travelers. I hope today's episode gave you the inspiration and practical tips to make your next family adventure easier, stress-free, and more fun. If you loved today's episode, head over to the show notes for promo codes and exclusive resources to help you plan unforgettable trips with your little ones. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. Happy travels, and I'll see you next time.